Belladrum is probably the northernmost festival in the United Kingdom of any size, and so we're fairly out on a limb in the north of Scotland, in the Highlands, and so our interaction, our opportunities to interact with other independent festivals are, by the very nature of our geographical position, fairly limited. So one of the immediate benefits that the AIF have brought for us has been the ability to meet and talk to other independent festival organisers. But AIF have very skillfully ensured that independent festivals have remained at the forefront of people's minds when they think of festivals in terms of press coverage and things like that. The challenges of Highland festival promotion are many and various. We're now in our 10th year. One of the problems for us in our first year was that there had never been a music festival of any significance or size in the Highlands, and so if you were young or any age and you wanted to go to a festival, you had to go down 3 hours to Glasgow or Fife to go to a tea in the park. So we were faced with, we obviously felt that that was a market opportunity, but it was also a problem for us because we were not only having to sell the event, we were having to sell the whole concept. So it was an interesting problem going into a sort of almost a virgin market. The other problem with operating in the Highlands is, the obvious geographical one of, it's a long way for artists to go, it's a long way for suppliers to go. Having said that, 60% of our audience come from the Highlands, and it is very much a Highland event. When we started Belladrum, the festival market was relatively uninhabited. 3 or 4 years after we began it, in about 2007-8, there was a tulip fever in festivals, and everybody seemed to be doing one. If you look at the post-event surveys now, people are going to one festival a year. And yet the number of festivals hasn't shrunk back that much from the numbers it was at the height. With quite a lot of festivals in trouble selling tickets this year, there is oversaturation in the market. It's always a good thing when new events come into the market because they keep it fresh, and as a member of the AIF, I'm always keen to see new talent, new independent talent coming in and sparking everything up. The increasing fees that live performers are receiving or have to receive in order to make a living these days, because 95% of all file transfers are illegal, is a pressure on that. The small amount of investment available means that there are possibly less of the very top caliber of artists available, which means that those that are available become more and more expensive. Well, we thought in these gloomy days, Carnival was the theme to choose for our 10th birthday to try and liven everybody up. We always ring the changes every year and keep things fresh because I think you have to do that. You owe that to your audience. We decided to sell bar tickets in advance because, again, the times are difficult, and we thought it would help people to, with their financial planning for the event, to buy in advance. It would also cut down on the queues at the token sales booths, and it would mean that they had to bring less cash to the event, which is always problematic. The amount of cash we pick up off the ground after the event is, well, let's just say there's no shortage of volunteers to do the cleanup. The Go North seedling stage is extremely important to us because one of the major functions of the festival since its inception has been to grow Highland talent. So Belladrum is one of the first opportunities that a lot of unsigned artists who are represented on that stage get to play in front of a festival audience. Archie Foundation is a very good, very local charity. One of the things about Belladrum is it's very much founded in the Highland community. So, and I think that is the secret of the future for a lot of independent events. And Archie was a charity that was set up by a local businessman in Inverness, which was specifically set up to improve, or this part of Archie was set up to improve the facilities for children in the children's ward in our local hospital in Inverness. And as Belladrum is very much a family festival, 3,000 children under 12 come to it. And so we felt that there couldn't really be a better cause for the festival to support. So I've considered using RFID this year, actually. We went to it in some detail, and I was poised to adopt it. But at the last minute I decided not to, because I felt that just for operational reasons we come at it a bit late, but principally because there is a cost involved which I think one would have to pass on to the audience. And I didn't think it was the right year to be doing that. But I can see it very much being part of our future, RFID, because it makes sense both from the point of view of the audience and the customer, and also of the event. My sort of seminal moment in festivals, which really sort of kicked off my interest in festivals, was the first festival I ever went to, which was Glastonbury Fair, as it was still, in 1979, and arriving there at dawn on the Friday morning. Laid out, we came over a hill, and there laid out before us was this wonderful sight of a whole valley full of teepees and tents and campfires still burning at dawn, and people singing around them, and everybody having a great time, lots of children, and that gave it a wonderful atmosphere, and actually led me to think that if I ever, when I came to starting a festival myself, that I was so impressed by the atmosphere that having children at a festival brought to it, that I decided, you know, that from the outset ours would be a family festival. And we had a fantastic weekend, and my girlfriend and I and my dog all survived the entire weekend eating macrobiotic rice courtesy of the Hare Krishnas.